he dishonored my name, and
But he's still your son.
No, listen. I know he's my son. I'm not cutting him off for forever. I just haven't talked to him. Everybody was wrong, but none of this ever would have happened if Psycho Stu never hit my son on the back of the head with a can that they were drinking beer out of, and then grabbed him by the neck, asked him to sell it. And people automatically assume that I'm going to defend my son, and I'm going to like try to pay people off and get them out of trouble. I'm just as mad as Roger as they are.
Are you surprised nothing has happened to him? Are you surprised there haven't been any arrests, any charges, anything like that?
No, they can't and they won't make an arrest until Psycho Stu says that wasn't planned.
Rampage Jackson opened up about the shocking incident last week where his son, Rajo Jackson, nearly seriously injured a professional wrestler in the ring. While Rampage is clearly upset with his son and frustrated at those blaming him, he still stands by Raja as a father.
Raja know nothing like that. I'm not taking up for my son. Any man that beats somebody like that in the ring, they should face some consequences. But I don't take kindly to people calling my son like a caged animal and say he don't got no undeveloped frontal lobe and stuff like that. I don't take that kindly because anybody in a race can explode when they're pushed. Anybody.
Rampage said he believes his son should face some jail time to reflect on what happened, along with community service, anger management, and therapy. However, he firmly rejects the idea that Raja tried to commit murder, insisting his son never intended to kill anyone. Rampage explained he knows his son well enough to be certain of that, and he believes the injured wrestler likely didn't realize just how badly he was hurt in the moment.
All that, Raja, I think that he should do a little time, do a little community service, and go to anger management class, see some therapy.
But that goes like some people said it was attempted murder and things like that. That's not a little time.
It wasn't attempted murder because he wasn't trying to kill that guy.
How do you know?
Because that's my son. I know my son. Roger wasn't trying to kill nobody. He wasn't trying to kill that guy. Roger probably didn't even know how bad he hurt that guy. He wasn't trying to kill him.
Rampage also argued that the situation is being blown way out of proportion. Many people wrongly think Raja snuck into the ring, but Rampage explained that his son was put there as if he were a professional wrestler, even though he had no business being in that role. He blames the promoters for this decision and makes it clear that while mistakes were made, there was never an attempt at murder.
The problem is everything got blown out of proportion, and people thought that Roger snuck into the ring and did that. That's what the problem is. Like, at this point, Roger was in the act as a pro wrestler, but he ain't no pro wrestler. The promoters had no reason putting my son in the ring. But it was no attempted murder.
Rampage expressed his frustration with Psycho Stu for remaining silent after the incident. He believes Stu should have taken responsibility, emphasizing that the situation could have been avoided entirely if Stu hadn't hit his son in the back of the head with a can.
And I wanted Psycho Stu to tell his part that my son did not sneak up on him, and I never heard him say that. So now I'm upset. Now I'm upset with Psycho Stu because he didn't come out and say, "Oh, whoa, yeah, what Roger did was," but he didn't sneak in the ring and do this. It was staged. That's all he had to say to get some of these racist ass out of my DMs. Hey, he's seeing all how blew up and stuff like that. He should at least said something.
Okay.
Take some accountability. Like, honestly, everybody was wrong. Roger was the most wrong. Everybody was wrong, but none of this ever would have happened if Psycho Stu never hit my son on the back of the head with a can that they were drinking beer out of, and then grabbed him by the neck, asked him to sell it. If that never happened, none of this never happened.
Rampage admitted he hasn't spoken to his son since the incident. He said he briefly spoke to Raja right after the fight, but as he learned more details, he became disappointed. Rampage explained that Raja disobeyed him by getting involved in a pro wrestling match, which he was never supposed to do. According to Rampage, his son is a fighter, not a wrestler, and had no business being in that position. He acknowledged that Raja went too far and knew better, noting that he had already grounded him from training for 2 weeks before this ever happened.
Heard or seen Raja since the incident. How is he doing?
I don't know. I don't talk to Roger no more. So I don't know. I won't
Since
talk
then?
to him. I talked to him. I heard his story, and I heard some of the stuff. And then after that, I learned a whole lot of stuff and about it and everything. Roger's wrong. He went against what I told him to do, and he hid the fact that he got roped into a pro wrestling. So Roger's not a pro wrestler. He's a fighter. He's not a pro wrestler. He had no business in that ring. Everybody there was wrong. And yes, my son took it too far, but he knows better. He knows he's wrong for getting involved in a pro wrestling match.
Despite his frustration, Rampage made it clear that he still loves his son. He said, "Raja is likely at home while the family waits for an arrest warrant, and he was even prepared to turn him in himself if needed." Rampage stressed that, as a father, he has a duty to care for him. He admitted Raja stopped listening once he became an adult, but said he would always be honest with him, no matter how hard the truth might be.
Where he is now?
Most likely he's at home. We've been waiting for arrest warrant. As soon as we get arrest warrant, I was going to turn him in. We've been waiting for arrest warrant or whatever. And I got him a turn. I did what my job is as a father to still take care of my son, because I still love him. Even though how upset I am at my son, I still love him. You know what I'm saying? He's my son, but ever since he's become an adult, he don't listen to say, and all I can do is like be a father. But Roger know I keep it real. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not gonna lie for him and nothing like that. And he knows that I'm gonna give him my opinion.
Rampage revealed that his decision not to speak to his son immediately after the incident was because he was upset about the family's reputation being damaged. Ariel Helwani asked if this was the right approach, suggesting that a parent's support is crucial during such times. Rampage clarified that he isn't permanently disowning Raja, but felt he needed some distance in the immediate aftermath interview.
Are you at all worried about his well-being?
Yeah, it's my son. I am worried about his well-being. How many kids you got?
I got 3.
All right, so why you asking me some stupid ass?
Well, can I be real with you?
Yeah.
I can't imagine what it would feel like to see my son do that. I also don't think I would cut my son off if he did that. So if you are worried about his well-being, why are you not talking to him?
Because he dishonored my name. And
But he's still your son.
No, listen. I know he's my son. I'm not cutting him off forever. I just haven't talked to him.
Helwani urged Rampage to stand by his son, reminding him that Raja was likely at his lowest point and needed support. The most, Rampage admitted he spoke to Raja right after the incident, but said his son had lied and even put other kids in danger. He stressed that he needed space to process everything while dealing with legal matters, but he wasn't cutting ties forever. He confessed he felt heartbroken and unsure how a parent is supposed to react when their child lands someone in the hospital.
But this is the worst moment of his life. He needs you now more than ever.
No, listen, I talked to him after the shit happened, and he hid the fact that he did this shit, and he put my other kids at danger. I just can't talk to him right now. I just can't. I'm not saying I'm never going to talk to him again. I just can't talk to him right now. I need some time. I'm dealing with his attorneys and all this, but I'm very disappointed in Roger. Like, yeah, I'm not a perfect parent, so I don't know what's the protocol to how much time you stop from talking to your son when he goes out there and hurts somebody. He put a guy in the hospital.
Rampage also criticized the promoters, saying they played a role by changing the music for Raja's entrance, and reportedly encouraging him to rough up Psycho Stu. He mentioned that a J-Man seemed to be the only person thinking clearly, advising Raja to throw just a single punch. Rampage questioned why it took so long for anyone to stop his son, noting that Raja kept attacking until someone finally intervened.
When he gets in the ring, go back and watch this shit. They put the music on for him. They changed the music for him, bro.
Okay.
The promoter told him to and I think AJ Mann is the only one that had a little common sense and tell Roger, like, look, remember what a receipt is. You just pop them one time. AJ Mann was the only one that had like a little common sense right then. I wish he would have called me, but I was on the ground in New York, so it probably wouldn't have went through. Bro, they changed the music when my son get in the ring. Bro, but no, this is the thing though. What took them so long? Because they said, all right, you punch him until we pull you off. What took his other friends, his teammate, whatever, so long to get in there and get Roger off of him?
In his final thoughts, Rampage said Raja should never have been in the ring at all. He claimed Psycho Stu had a history of drunken incidents backstage that were ignored, with AJ Men being one of the few to notice. Rampage admitted he was frustrated with his son, but made it clear that his loyalty to family will always come first. He also called for investigators to look into Stu's past behavior and its role in the incident.
Could be the last time I talk about this. This ain't the first time Psycho Stu and done some shit backstage. Could be drinking all the goddamn time, and he pays that pro wrestling saved me from this PTSD and stuff, like nobody want to fire his ass. But AJ Mana told me everything. This ain't the first time he done some drunken shit just backstage. So they know his ass. They ain't gonna snitch on him. I don't owe them, none of them no loyalty. My loyalty to my son, and even though I don't, son right now, I'm still gonna keep it 100 and be loyal. The police need to investigate that. How many times Psycho Stu attack somebody backstage and people off, being drunk. Then you guys will figure out what took so long for them pro wrestlers to get in that ring and pull my son off of them. Investigate that shit.
Wraps up today's video. Share your thoughts on Rampage Jackson's statements in the comments below.